Hey everyone, it's Rajiv and welcome to my channel Rajiv's Reviews. In this video, I am going to be doing my Booktube Newbie Tag. I feel like I should have done this as my very first video, but for some weird reason I found out about this tag only recently. Anyway, I started this channel only around a week ago, so it's still relatively new and I'm still going ahead and starting my Booktube Newbie Tag. So the first question in this tag is, why did you start this channel? I decided to start this channel because I love the Booktube community and I love going through different Booktube channels, and I always wanted to try and start it on my own. The main reason I wanted to start this channel though is because I wanted to make new friends, and I hardly have any friends in real life who have the same passion for reading books that I have. A lot of the TBRs in my list are from book recommendations that I get from watching other Booktube videos, so I feel that starting this channel would help me get more involved in the community. The second question is, what are some fun and unique things that you can bring into your Booktube channel? I feel like this is a very difficult question to answer because there are a lot of Booktubers out there who do such an amazing job of posting dynamic and variety of new content every day. Honestly, at the end of the day, I would like my channel to be a haven where I can just talk about the books that I love and just be myself and just share my thoughts and opinions with others on all the books that I read. However, I feel that the one unique thing that I can bring into my channel is that there are not a lot of Indian booktubers out there who are men and who talk about Indian fiction books. I feel like Indian fiction is a significant part of literature that can be shared with everyone across the world, and that by using this channel I can talk and promote the variety of books that this genre has to offer. But apart from that, I do love to read YA and middle grade and a variety of other books, and would love to share my opinions on all those as well. Now the third question is, what are you most excited about for this new channel? I am excited to have finally started this channel after a long time and to make more friends and become more involved in the Booktube community. I also feel like this channel would help me be motivated towards spending my time towards reading more books. And I think it's also an interesting way of documenting my reviews and sharing it with the public, and feel that in the future, if I ever look back on an old video or a review that I've done, then it would be interesting to see if my opinions or my views of that book has changed or not. Now the fourth question is, why do you love reading? I think this is a very standard answer that a lot of booktubers would say, that it is the escapism of it all, and my answer is the same. I work full-time in a corporate environment and I get so intimidated by the negativity and the drama and the politics that just happens in the outside world. So as soon as I come back home, I just love to take a book and start reading it and just escape into the world of fiction, where I get involved with the characters and the situations and how they act and react to all these different situations. I honestly feel that I would go insane if there were no books in the world to cheer us up. Also, I feel like reading is something that you can never really get bored of, because there are just so many topics out there and a variety of different genres that you can choose from, and the level of details that the author puts into the books and the situations is something that can really juice up your imagination, which I really don't think you can get out of visual media like watching a TV series or a movie. Now the fifth question is, what is the book or series that got you into reading? I feel like a lot of people would say Harry Potter as the standard answer, but I feel like I was a little late in life when the Harry Potter series actually started coming out, and I was able to enjoy it. I did enjoy the Harry Potter series, but it did not have such a significant impact in my life as where I would say that, oh, it got me into reading. For me, it was not a series or a book in particular, but an author by the name of Sidney Sheldon. So for those of you who don't know about Sidney Sheldon, he was a wildly popular author back in the 80s and the 90s, where most of his books were these over-the-top, very campy, dramatic family sagas revolving around powerful men and women. The first book that I read of his was Master of the Game, and till date it is my all-time favorite book, which I have reread many times. There are so many other books that he has written, like Stranger in the Mirror, The Other Side of Midnight, If Tomorrow Comes, which are so memorable that they were actually made into TV miniseries or movies at that time. His style of writing is so captivating, and each chapter used to always end with a cliffhanger, so you just want to turn the page and read a little about what happens next, and before you know it, you were like spending hours and hours just finishing the book. Now, I started reading his books when I was 10 or 11, which is not actually a very appropriate age to read his novels because it has a lot of adult themes in it, which looking back, I feel like it was not age appropriate for me to read it. But yeah, it's very sad that he passed away a few years ago, and I still miss not reading any new works of his. Now, the sixth question is, what questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? Now, I have a lot of favorite booktubers and would love to chew their brains personally one-on-one on different book-related questions. But a general question I have for established booktubers is, how do you balance out reading so many books in a month and taking time to review it and organize your thoughts and talk about it and record it and publish it regularly? I get so intimidated sometimes when I see people posting videos every day on book hauls and bookathons and reviews and vlogs and TBRs and wrap-ups and whatnot. It just boggles my mind as to how people get the time to do all this so efficiently and so professionally in such a timely manner. Now, the seventh question is, what challenges do you think starting a booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? Initially, if this was my very first video, I would have said that it was facing the camera and talking to it. But since I have already done a few videos earlier, I'm kind of getting the hang of it now, and it doesn't seem very intimidating or challenging anymore. But I think similar to the previous question, my answer would be just to manage this actively and in a timely manner. I have no problem reading many books and completing my TBR in a timely manner, but it does take time to record and edit and gather your thoughts and just put everything together in a neat little package. So I feel like doing this regularly and in a more natural manner is something that might be initially challenging, but I feel like it's something that I can easily get the hang of eventually. Another challenge that I feel that it might take some time to overcome is not receiving comments on my review videos initially, because a lot of people don't know about this channel. It would be so much fun to get comments from other booktubers and engage in conversations about the characters or the storyline of the book. But initially, when you start the channel, you know that not a lot of people are viewing it, so it feels like you are on the phone and you're talking to someone, but there's no one else there on the other line. So it feels strange that you're just talking to yourself. The next question is, when did you start reading? I feel like I started reading pretty late in my life, and it has been very sporadic. I remember I was not really an avid reader at all to the age of 9 or 10, and it took me a lot of time to get interested in books. I remember my earliest memories of reading was at the age of 10 or 11, when I started reading all these Sidney Sheldon novels, or the Fear Street novels by R.L. Stine, or the Christopher Pike novels. Basically the teen thrillers that used to come out at that time back in the 90s. The first Harry Potter book actually came out when I was already in high school, so that kind of tells you how old I am. But yeah, I feel like when I was growing up in the 90s, there really was not a diverse variety of young adult or middle grade books that you see in the market today. So it's a little strange because I feel like during my middle grade and teen years, I was reading a lot of adult fiction books. And now that I've grown up, I'm reading more YA and middle grade books, so it's kind of backwards. But I don't care, I still enjoy it, and I still love reading all these books, so I'm not ashamed about it. The next question is, where do you read? I love to read anywhere in my house as long as it's quiet and there's least amount of disturbance. I have tried to read outside on my phone while I'm commuting somewhere, and honestly it did not work for me. I get distracted very easily with the slightest amount of noise and lose my concentration very quickly. So I love to just read in any place where I have zero noise and can just concentrate on the book. I really don't know how people can read or sleep or pick their nose in public, but I really cannot do any of that. And the last question is, what kind of books do you like to read? I love reading a variety of books, but I mainly read YA, contemporary, middle grade, and Indian fiction novels. But like I said in my other introduction video, I really don't like limiting myself only to these genres because I feel like life has a variety of things to offer, and it's always fun picking up and experimenting on a new genre that you are unfamiliar with, and it's something that you can always look forward to. So if you are a new booktuber and you have not done this newbie tag, or if you love the booktube community and want to start a channel of your own, then I tag you to do this video so that we can get to know a little bit more about you. So please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and you can also click on the bell icon to get notifications of any new book content and book reviews that I post, because I will be posting regularly in this channel. But yeah, do leave your comment on the section below so that I can engage a conversation with you about books. Thank you for watching. Bye.